I'm going to take you on a little Middle Eastern journey, but we're just going to slightly mix it up. I'm going to show you how to make a lentil and rice salad. In Arabic it's called Mujadarat Roz, but what I've done is taken a classic dish and turned it into a nice refreshing salad, perfect for those summer days. And it's all going to be done, I'm going to say, in under about 15 minutes with my trusty pal, the Cook4me Plus. So let's get started. So we're going to browning and we're going to let that preheat. And while that's preheating, we can move on to the onions. What I love about this recipe and the Cook4me Plus is that, you know, I can turn that machine on, it's preheating like anything, and then just prep my ingredients and it's you know, pretty much an all-in-one bowl. You want it finely diced, but look, don't be too dainty because you're not at a fine dining restaurant where they need to be 1 millimeter by 1 millimeter. So now I'm making a serving that I guess would feed maybe about 6 people. Depends on how you're having it. If you're having it as a side, then I would say, yeah, around 6 to 8. You can serve this with protein if you like a piece of fish or chicken or even a steak. We love to eat it on its own because, as I said, you've got the lentils in there as a source of protein. You've also got the rice to fill you up, so the carbs, and then the beautiful, refreshing herbs and the vegetables in there. There we go. So it's ready to go now. First in, we're going with our extra virgin olive oil. A couple of tablespoons in there, or extra for good measure. We're going to saute our onions, so in they go, without making too much of a mess. And you want to do that for about a few minutes. You don't really want them golden brown, you just want them translucent. They always say, like, perfume in a kitchen is onions and garlic, coriander, cooking, yum. All in one, as I said, all the ingredients go on, but we're going to do this in stages. So we're going to cook the lentils first on their own with the onions because they obviously need a lot longer than the rice to cook, but really in the Cook4me Plus, 3 minutes is all it needs. Then when we add the rice, it's going to be a further 9 minutes and we should have our lentil and rice dish ready. And during that time, I'm going to prep the salad so we can get it all together. So I'm using green lentils for this. I've just rinsed them and drained them. So straight in, they're gonna go with the onions. So that's about 1 cup I've got there. And then give that a good mix inside. And then you're gonna add, I'm adding 2 cups of water. Straight in. At this point, I'm not adding any flavour. The flavour is going to be added in the second stage when I put the rice. So this is ready to go. I want to stop the browning now. Yes, I want to stop it. We're going to pressure cook it and we're going to go for 3 minutes. Okay. Close the lid, lock it. It's going to do its thing for 3 minutes. I'm going to refill my water, probably another 2 cups. But I'll sort of see once I put the rice in how much I need, maybe all of it. So what I've got here is a mixture of herbs. It's mint, parsley and oregano. And this is actually going to sit at the top of our salad. And I'm just going to leave it simple. I'm not adding anything to it. And the reason being is because the flavors are gonna be in the vinaigrette that we make, as well as the lentil and rice dish. So now what I'm going to do is just prepare the spring onions. 3 of them is probably enough. Now I might add that this salad is also vegan friendly. Cucumber, just in half. We want pieces that are small enough so that you can scoop everything in the one go. You're going to see that once I put everything together, it's actually going to increase the volume of the salad. Now I'm also going to use some baby rocket and I'm not going to finely chop, I'm just going to give it a rough chop because I want everyone to be able to pick it up in their spoon. So So this recipe is actually excellent for, you know, you're walking through the door, you've got 5 kids running after you, or 3, however many you've got, and you need to get dinner in a flash. This is going to help you. It's like your kitchen hand, it's like your sous chef. So that steam's releasing now. And I'm going to leave that carrot for a minute. I'll come back to it. The beauty about this machine is that it actually tells you, gives you step-by-step directions on there. So it's telling me now that it's the end of cooking, and it's showing me the progress line on, you know, when it's finishing or how far it's got to finish with releasing the steam. Once it finishes, it's going to prompt me to tend to the machine to open it, or if not, it will keep it warm for about up to 4 hours until I actually get to the food. Okay, and there it is, telling me to enjoy, and that I can now safely open up the machine. So it's now telling me to empty. There's a dew collector at the back, so the condensation will go into that little collector there, and I will empty it, and I want to stop the cooking for now. So the lentils, they're not cooked all the way, and that's how I want them, but the cooking process has started, and by the time they finish with the rice, they'll be perfect. So next we're going to add the rice. Now I've got 1 cup of rice as well in there. In that goes. And this is where we're going to add now our flavorings. Now for this dish, ground cumin is the main spice that flavors it. So apart from a bit of salt, which I'm going to add now, so a very good pinch of salt, maybe a little bit more for good measure. I've got about 1 tablespoon of ground cumin here, and I'm going to put all of that in, and then I'm going to give that a good mix. And you need to add, at this point, remember the water that I refilled? We're going to now add that in there, and I'll just leave 1/2 cup. Now everyone's got different methods of, you know, seeing if they've got the right amount of water in there. Some people say the first line on your finger. I mean, I just look by eyesight and then feel. I reckon it can do with a bit more. Don't forget the lentils are going to absorb some of that water as well. And in this recipe, I'm using basmati rice. So it does take a bit more water than jasmine rice or any other rice. There we go. No, used it all. There we go. All right. We're going to set this on manual again, and we're going to pressure cook it for 9 minutes. Immediate start. That's all I have to do. So 9 plus 3 minutes, that's 12 minutes. You know, within 15, and I'm doing the veggies. Now I've pretty much finished. I've just got to grate my carrot, which I'm going to do now while the rice and the lentils are cooking. And then all I have to do is make the vinaigrette and we're good to go. This part of the recipe is one that I'm going to say is really to your taste buds. It's up to you how much of each ingredient you want to put. If you like it lemony, add more lemon. If you like it a bit more tangy, add more vinegar, and so on and so forth. So I'm really not going to tell you exactly how much to put of each, but really what I am going to put in this dressing is only extra virgin olive oil, some white vinegar, a bit of lemon, and obviously some salt if I feel that it needs more salt. So just straight into the bowl. I'm going to do the whole lemon for this. Probably a couple of tablespoons of white vinegar. A good glug, I'm going to say roughly 1/4 cup of olive oil. Now that's a shallow bowl, so good luck to me. You just want to give it a good mix. Now I'm not going to add salt in that, because if the rice and lentils have good salt, I'd rather be able to control it on top of the salad directly itself. Okay, so the machine has now finished. Moment of truth. If you're going to use the whole thing, so if you're using it as share style, you'd want to cool down the whole batch and then mix your veggies through, plate it up, and put the herbs on it and enjoy it. And that rice is cooked beautifully. So are the lentils. This has cooled down, and now what we want to do is, it's all about mixing the salad in, bit of the dressing, and then we're going to just plate it up. So what I've got here, bit of cucumber, baby rocket, which we just roughly chopped before. We've got some spring onion in here, and then we're going to have some grated carrot. And what we'll do is we'll add a sprinkling of salt, and then we'll taste it for obviously flavour, the dressing and the salt content. And then just give it a good mix together in the bowl before you actually plate it up. Sprinkling of salt, again, good measure, quick toss, and we're going to just plate it up in here. I'm going to grab a handful of my mint, parsley and oregano herb and just place that on the top there. And you know what, just for extra colour, a little bit of the carrot. And there you have it. That's my rice and lentil salad. So there you have it. A dish that takes less than 15 minutes to prepare. Something that the whole family would enjoy. Please guys, do try the recipe. It is delicious. And if you do and you love it or you don't, please leave me a comment and let me know. Do I need to taste it?